Greetings, royal family. I'm back. Did you miss me? I hope all is well. Hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. If you celebrate 4th of July, I'm back from a much needed vacation, well rested and ready to go. So apparently while I was gone, my DVR has overflowed basically with all these shows. So today I want to talk about Basketball Wives. This is season 8. I think this is episode 3, right? Anyway, hopefully you read the description. Let's get right into it. All right. So this episode picks up from Jackie's crystal party, right? So this is a continuation. You know, Evelyn, she stormed out. Jennifer, she was crying at the crystal party. Shawnee gave her a hug, right? Okay. So we're picking up from that scene. Evelyn is outside. Shawnee, joins her outside. Evelyn is just saying basically, you know what? I don't care. She's still not admitting what she said about my daughter. Yeah, your mom died, but that doesn't give you license to be, a witch, right? So Shawnee is just basically being compassionate, yada, yada, moving along. Let me see. I know I'm going to be all over the place because I'm saving the best for last. Shout out to OG because we're going to get to you. We see Evelyn. Evelyn has a new product line coming out where she's going to be using having skincare products infused with CBD oil. So she invites the ladies over for she invites the ladies out to test the products, right? And Evelyn kept it real. That's one thing I could say. She kept it 100 because she didn't invite Jen and she didn't invite Tammy. You know what I mean? I remember Jackie asking her, or whoever it was, asked her, are you going to invite everyone? She said, nope. She said, I am inviting everyone except Tammy and Jennifer. Keep it real. So the ladies went, they had a good time. They tested the products, yada, yada. Then we see OG. OG shows up to Jackie's house to socialize, I guess, whatever. OG's thinking about retiring. She's ready to retire because she wants to get married and start a family. And her and Jackie were talking, and there is a butt cast involved. Jackie was in her glory for all of that kinky stuff. But OG needed to do a butt cast for whatever. Jackie was very happy to assist. She also stated to Jackie, she just basically kept, OG basically kept saying, this tea, you know what I mean? Kirsten is so two-faced and phony. And Jackie's just like, you must have some sizzling tea to spill, some gossip to tell. So moving along, Jackie, she's being the peacemaker, but she can't help but to be, intrigued by the fact that there's some gossip about Kirsten coming out. The ladies meet out for drinks, and the ladies consisted of Malaysia Pargo, Cece, OG, and Jackie. So they meet up for little appetizers and drinks or what have you. And Malaysia is really now I like Malaysia, but she is really going full on with her character as peacemaker. And here's why I say character, because when the ladies were all sitting around and they were having drinks and stuff like that, and Cece was basically saying that her and Kirsten are trying to mend fences, and they're trying to work on things, right? Now OG is looking like, work on things? That's not what you've been telling me. OG feels some type of way because apparently when Cece needs someone to vent to, she's apparently venting to OG and venting some personal private things, right? It's funny. I saw that OG was just telling Kirsten, you need to keep it real, and what's all of this, yada, yada. Malaysia gets uncomfortable, right? And then Malaysia bids everyone adieu and leaves. Now, here's why I say that Malaysia is playing the character of peacemaker. And there is nothing wrong with that. I'm not hating at all. I like Malaysia. I'm here for LaQuisha, okay? But also, let's go back. The episode prior to this one, or if it was the one before that, when Tammy and OG were working out, And they, Tammy was getting filled in by OG with all the goings on, because Tammy, she's MIA, right? And Tammy decides to call Malaysia to check on her, right? So, they were FaceTiming and things like that. And OG started to say, I'm on Cece's side and I have some tea to spill, yada, yada. Did you see how quick Malaysia got off the phone? Now, I'm saying to myself, she's probably getting off the phone because she doesn't want to hear that negative mess. Now, fast forward to this episode, Malaysia gets up and Malaysia bids everyone good night right when OG started talking about, Kirsten, there's some things that you're not saying. You need to keep it real. It is because what ended up happening in the episode, Malaysia was already privy to. And I think that Malaysia knew where OG was going to go. I think that Malaysia knew what Kirsten had been saying because it's no secret. Cece has probably said the same thing to Malaysia. Malaysia probably was the one who told Cece or confirmed Cece, with Cece about Byron, and Thomas. So I don't know. I just noticed that, Malaysia is just like, all right, I'm out. It could be deemed as she just doesn't want to be a part of any drama, or, this is reality TV. It very well could mean that she already knew where OG was going, right? Okay. So what else happened in this episode? Tammy and her daughter sit down because Tammy's ex-husband had a stroke. So Tammy's daughter was basically saying to her, it's time that you really quit smoking because I don't know what I would do if I got that phone call about you. Honey, Tammy took herself down. Excuse me. Tammy took herself down to the hypnotist, right? And she thinks it's a good idea. Okay, let me get hypnotized. Maybe this will decrease and eliminate my cravings for nicotine. This scene had me cracking up because, first of all, when the lady was trying to put Tammy in a trance, the editing was so funny. I don't know why. It looked like something like a YouTuber would do or something like on an MTV show. It didn't give me VH1. You know what I mean? The editing with the swirlings and the transitions and the echoes of the voice. When that was all done, Tammy comes to. And Tammy was like, oh my God, I think I fell asleep. I bust out laughing because that was such a real response. Like, she looked like she was falling asleep. I was like, she's not going to be hypnotized. Tammy looked like she was tired and she needed a cat nap, and she got that cat nap. It was hilarious. And when she opened her eyes, that lady was staring at her like, Tammy looked so terrified. Tammy was like, why the heck is this white lady staring at me like this? Where the heck am I? Oh shoot. She's like, I think I fell asleep. Hilarious. Now that was funny. So there's that. Okay, now let's fast forward on through. So there is what was the event? I don't remember what the event was. Oh my God. I had to like run through and watch. I don't remember what the event was. Whatever the event was, all the ladies got together. And Cece is talking to Kirsten. They're talking, and Cece's talking about her engagement party. And she extended an invitation to Kirsten. Kirsten's like, oh no, I wish I could come, but this is gonna be the annual celebration for my mom, the cancer walk, I think it was that she said. But Cece extended an invitation, so that was cute, I guess. You know what I mean? And Cece talked about her health scare. She does have to have a biopsy done. We're hoping that she's fine and everything is benign. So we're definitely wishing Cece well. And then, OG is just not really feeling all of this kumbaya. You know what I mean? She's not feeling it. So fast forward, long story short, OG lets the cat out of the bag. Lord, that Byron is not Thomas's father. Thomas is Kirsten's husband. And, she called Kirsten phony and two-faced and yada, yada, yada. The entire time that this was taking place, you have to watch Cece's body language. Another hilarious moment. Cece is sitting there looking like, saying nothing, right? I saw people commenting and giving their their reactions about this, saying that they think that Cece was the one that put OG up to it, and Cece put the battery in OG's back, yada yada. Now, that very well could be true, because, you know, you don't know what happens behind closed doors when people are having private conversations. She could have. Judging by Cece's body language, I don't think that she was against OG saying something, you know what I mean? And I think that OG probably has made it very clear to Cece, look, I'm going to call her out, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, she did call her out. Now, let's not forget that from last season, there was a little bit of static between Cece and OG. You know, Cece thought that she was very high and mighty because she was married and had a child, and she threw that in OG's face for no reason. That was petty. You know, she talked about her physical appearance. She talked about how she's not, you know, a basketball wife and she wishes she was. She's just jealous, yada, yada. Fast forward now, OG has all of this ammunition, and she basically shot it straight at Kirsten. You know, your husband's, Byron is not really your husband's father. You used to borrow clothes from Cece, borrow shoes from Cece. You threw her under the bus, yada, yada, yada. All of this, everyone was like, whoa. You know, Malaysia, she didn't know what to do because Malaysia already knows all of this. You know what I mean? So she has to like jump into action and continue to play the role as peacemaker, right? Shawnee O'Neal jumps up and says, you don't expose people's families. Now, see, this is where sometimes this show gets on my nerves, but then it doesn't get on my nerves because I know what to expect. Shawnee, how dare you, of all people, sit up here and try to read OG the Riot Act when your sidekick, Evelyn, basically, you know, went all out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, initially, as far as Jackie's daughter is concerned, is what I'm talking about. When she started, like, talking about things, and even seasons prior, you guys did Drea. You remember Drea? So bad. Like, you looked up all of these things and spread all of these allegations. It was very disgusting, you know, questioning her ability as a mother. So Shawnee, please, girl, please. So I noticed that none of them really stepped to OG. You know, we know LaQuisha is from Compton or wherever she's from in California. And she's ready, you know. LaQuisha is really nuck if you buck, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think she was really on it when it came to OG, because I could just see OG, boop, you know, bopping her on her head or tossing her around like a football. They didn't want it with OG. But they were very nasty to OG too. Like they used to clown her, make fun of her and stuff like that. Now, here's the question, right? Here's two questions. Did Cece put OG up to this, and was OG wrong? Those are the two questions. Did Cece put OG up to this? I don't know. But it's possible. It's 50-50 because her body language, she didn't try to stop her. And then even Malaysia, you know what I mean? Malaysia said to Cece, like, how could you tell this family secret like this? And Cece's like, Malaysia, this isn't a secret. Everybody knows this. Like, are you kidding me? So that basically screwed up that whole storyline, I guess, in a sense. Kristen runs off, oh my God, with the tears and the drama and the pulling on the gate or door or whatever it was. Malaysia's whispering in her ear, don't let them tell your story. She doesn't have a story to tell. She's not, you know what I mean? There is no story. And do I think OG was wrong? Yes and no. It's 50-50. Royal family, tell me what you think. Do you think that Cece really put OG up to this? And do you also think that that OG was wrong for exposing this secret? You know what I mean? I use air quotes because this is public knowledge. No one was probably looking for it because, you know, but it's out there. Even on Instagram, Thomas has a photos online with his real father, who's TK. I don't want to say TK Kirkland. He's a comedian. He's been in like Family Matters. He was in Steve Harvey's show. He's a actor comedian. So that's his biological father. So do I think OG was wrong? yes and no. I think that the place that she did it in front of everybody wasn't called for. However, I understand because Kirsten basically embarrassed OG in front of everybody on the reunion and on the show in front of people. So I get it. Two wrongs don't make it right. I get it. But you can't piss a person off and then tell them how mad to get. You know what I mean? The gloves come off with people. It tends to come off with people when they're pissed, right? So, and no, other part of me, I don't think that she was wrong because here's why. Kirsten, you know, you really are something else. I just don't understand people who do all of this, right? And you threw Cece under the bus. You dissed her. You said you're not that close. That girl was sharing clothes with you. She kept your secret for a long time. And I'm not saying that, oh, people should be outed. But why would you treat somebody like that and try to embarrass her or anyone when they hold your secrets, girl? You stupid. So I don't think OG was, part of me don't think OG was wrong. Part of me thinks that it wasn't appropriate timing. If you were going to call Kirsten out, you should have called her out like face to face with maybe just OG, Kirsten, and Cece, just the three of y'all, and then call her out. Not necessarily in front of everyone. I didn't really talk about Jen because Jen met up with Kirsten and, you know, she said that, you know, she thinks that it's time for her to kind of step away a little bit because she's going through too much. I agree, Jen. Go get yourself together. This is the last thing that you need in your life. But back to the whole Kirsten and OG and Cece thing. I just feel like you cannot try to embarrass people, piss someone off, and then tell them how mad to get. I remember when Kirsten said what she said to OG, it just left a bad taste in my mouth about that girl. Color me biased, whatever. I don't care for Kirsten's character. I really don't. And you're doing all of this hoopla, and you're trying to paint someone in a bad light, but you're not talking about the things that you do, Kirsten. But then again, most people don't. Now, as far as Byron is concerned, listen, yes, Thomas may not be his biological son, and what's the little girl? Kenzie? The little girl is not biologically his granddaughter. However, you as a man, you decided to take on the role and raise him as your son. I don't think it's fair for that to just go out the window because maybe you're not with their mother anymore, or maybe because you just don't like Kirsten. Like, I feel like if you have a beef with Kirsten, this is in reference to Byron, keep it with Kirsten. You understand what I'm trying to say? And confront her about it. Don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what happens next week, but I don't know. It's like I'm on the fence when it comes to OG. I wish you wouldn't have done it in front of everybody. And Malaysia, girl, you knew the secret was going to come out. That's why you were trying to avoid certain situations and avoid OG like the plague, because you knew Kirsten probably had told, Cece told people this. You were afraid it was going to come out. And I don't know. I just feel like, Kirsten, you set yourself up for that. I feel like you set yourself up for that. Cece gave OG the ammunition, whether she told her to say something or not. She gave her the ammunition, and Cece knows what she's doing too, because of all people for Cece to tell, why tell OG? I understand that you guys may be close, but you told OG because that's someone who has an issue with Kirsten. So I think there was some sort of, you know, there was something there. You know, they might have sat and talked like, well, if you tell it, then I don't care. I'm not going to deny it. You know, I want to see what's going to happen next week. Royal family, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Was Kirsten wrong? Was Kirsten was doing too much. That's just my opinion. It was too much, girl. Like, cut it out. The reason why you were mad, Kirsten, is because OG got one up on you now. You see, sometimes people's egos get bruised when, you know, they think they're on top. You think you're with the in crowd. You're in with Shawnee and Evelyn and woo, woo, woo. And you're high and mighty and everyone's on your side. And here comes OG. Just tackles you to the ground. And now you have no comeback because you can't deny it, because it's the truth, because she got it from a credible source. Well, Kirsten, that's why you should have kept your mouth shut. You did all this barking, and I never really cared for your character. So it sucks because there's a child involved, and a child that knows, I don't even know, she may call him grandpa, I don't know. But Kirsten, you did too much. You know, it's always the one that's the loudest in the room that you have to watch. But Royal Family, let me know what you think. Get down in the comments, share your thoughts. You don't have to agree with me, that's fine, just as long as you disagree respectfully. So I'm back from my mini vacay, so I'm going to be pumping out content today. So what's next? I got to get on Queen Sugar because that one is a doozy. So, Royal Family, as always, until next time, peace.